Om Namo Bhagavate.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Now we have opened the ninth verse. Yajñathen कर्मणो अन्यत्र लोकयं कर्म बंधन तदर्थं कर्म कौन्तेय मुक्त संघ समाचर सहो यज्ञ प्रजा सृष्ट्या पुरोवाच प्रजापति अनेन प्रसविष्यद्य मीशवोस्ति इष्टकामधिविक् दीवान् भावयतानेन ते देवा भावयन्तु वा परस्परं भावयन्तं श्रेया परम अवाप्सत इष्टान भोगानि वो देवा दास्यन्ते यज्ञभाविताः त्वयि दत्तान अप्रदायेभ्यो जो भुङ्क्ते तेन एव स यज्ञा शिष्टा शिनः सन्तो मुच्यन्ते सर्वकिन्विषये भुञ्जन्ते ते तदं पापा जे प्रचन्त्यात्मा कारणात् अन्यात् भवन्ति भूतानि पर्जन्यात् अन्न संभव यज्ञात् भवति पर्जन्य यज्ञ कर्म समुद्भव यज्ञाशिष्ट शिनो संत मच्यन्ते सर्वकिल्मुषि भुञ्जन्ते ते अघं पापम जे पच्यन्ति आत्मकाल. Entanglement. This material life means entanglement. Entanglement from evolutionary process, from the lower grade of life, just like the aquatics, gradually we come to the land as the water is evaporated. Originally, the whole planet was merged in the water. Pralaya payati jali dhitavanasi vedam. Pralaya. Then as the water dries up, the lands come out, then plants, trees, insect, beast, in this way, we get this human form of life. This is the process of evolution. This evolutionary process is mentioned in the Vishnu Purana, but some Western scholars like Darwin, they have put forward the theory of evolution in a perverted way, but the evolution process is mentioned in the Vishnu Purana. So, in the lower grade of life, the entanglement is conducted by nature. But when you come to the human form of life, you get higher consciousness. And And you have to utilize your higher consciousness. That is the mission of human life. You cannot spoil your life making yourself behave like cats and dogs or animals. The animals, they have got four business: how to eat, how to sleep, and how to have sex life, and how to defend. This is animal life. So, because we are in the material body, we have got the animal propensities and needs of the body, but because we are in higher consciousness, we have got another function. That another function means the cats and dogs, they cannot realize God. But a human being, although he has got the tendency for material necessities of life, like cats and dogs, ahara nidra bhayamaitham, samannamaitat pasuvinarhanam, but on account of developed consciousness, we can get out of this entanglement. Janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha doshanudarsana. So long we are in ignorance, we do not care for these four things: birth, death, old age and disease. We care, but don't take very serious care there. Whether it can be stopped, we do not seriously consider. But we can stop it. This process of birth, death, old age and disease, we can stop. And that is possible in this human form of life. So, in order to get out of this entanglement, it is said, sahajagga praja srishta. The praja, everyone is praja, but especially the human being, they are advised to perform yoga. That is the Vedic principle. So here it is said, Yajñathe karmanatra lokayam karma bandhana. If you, in the human form of life, if you do not perform yoga, then whatever you are doing, you are acting, you are becoming entangled. Because you are creating a situation, you are contaminating yourself with the different types of modes of nature. That means you are creating your next body according to that modes of nature. Urdham gacchanti sattvastva. If you are in association with the modes of goodness, then you are preparing your body in the higher planetary system. Urdham gacchanti sattvastva. Madhye tishtanti rajasa. If you are associating with the rajagun or the modes of passion, then he will remain in the middle planetary system, Bhur-Bhuvasra. This Bhulok is also middle. And Jaghanna Gunavrittistha Adhogachanti Tham. And if you are associating with the modes of ignorance, then you will go to the lower grade of life. Either in the human form of life or in the animal form of life or birds, beasts, there are so many, 8,400,000 forms of life. So, in the human form of life, it is your business whether to get out of this entanglement of constantly transmigrating from one body to another, or remain in the cycle of birth and death and suffer the material miseries. As soon as you accept this material body, you will have to suffer. Because just like we are feeling cold. Why you are feeling cold? Where you are covering? Because the skin is susceptible to cold and heat. Matra sparshastra kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkha. In the material world, in the winter season, we think if we are living in the summer season, this suffering would have not happened. And in the summer season we think, if it was winter season, then this suffering would not have come. This is going on. But both seasons are suffering. Because suffering means because we have got this material body. That is explained. Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkha. Agama paina anitya tanga titikkhasya bharata. Therefore, we should not be very much agitated to these sufferings, the bodily skin suffering. We must execute our business, Kṛṣṇa consciousness, so that takta dehang punarjanma naiti mameti kon. This is the mission of human life. So here it is recommended that Jagyasishta Sino Santa Muchyante Sarvukin. If you perform Jagga, then after Jagga, Jagga means to worship Vishnu or satisfy Lord Vishnu. That is called Jagga. Jagyarthe. Another name of Vishnu is Jagga. For Jagga or for Vishnu, if you are Jagyarthe karma, Jagyarthe karma annatra karma bandha. Otherwise it will be intact. Therefore the process is that you must perform Jagga and then take your food. Jagyasishta Sino Santa. This is the business of the Santa. Santa means saintly person. Those who are animals, their business is different. But those who are Santa, God conscious, Kṛṣṇa conscious, or Brahmana, Kshatriya at least, because Kimpuna Brahmana Punya Bhakta Rajul Sayastatha. Brahmana, to take birth in the family of Brahmana and Kshatriya also, it is a higher standard of life that is accepted. So, Santa means great saintly person, learned Brahmin scholar and saintly kings, they are called Santa. I think in Latin it is called saint. From this word Santa it has come. Just like Saint Francis, Saint Francis. Saint Francis. Anyway, so Jagyasishta Santa Mucyanti Sarmukin. This is the beauty of the human being. And what is the difficulty to perform Jagga? There is no difficulty. It is universal. It is universal. Jagga means to satisfy the Supreme Lord, Vishnu or Kṛṣṇa. So, you can offer Kṛṣṇa food stuff. You are cooking something for eating, but cook it very nicely, very cleanly, with how that the cooking is being done for Kṛṣṇa. Then it will be hygienically also very clean. So, you should cook for Kṛṣṇa and offer him. Kṛṣṇa, whatever I could secure, kindly accept. Then you take your food. What is the difficulty? After all, you have to take your food and cook. Then why don't you do it for Jagga or Kṛṣṇa? Therefore, it is the duty of our householder, especially the sannyasi or the brahmachari. They cannot take the responsibility of archan, because there are so many things to be done. But a grihastha, they are naturally cooking for the family. Why not cook it very nicely for Kṛṣṇa? Where is the difficulty? Simply you have to agree to cook for Kṛṣṇa, not for yourself. And if I cook for myself, what is the wrong? That is mentioned here. Bhunyante te abhanga papam. Papa. Because we have to secure foodstuff, especially nowadays, from black market. Yes, because there is no foodstuff available. So the securing of foodstuff is also papa, because government has no black market. So the black market is papa. So if you secure foodstuff from black market and you cook for yourself, then you are responsible for the sinful activity. That is stated here. Bhunyante takhanga papa je pachanti atma karana. But you can be saved from this black market sinful activity if you offer to Krishna. practical purpose. It is stated here. Now we have to secure food from black market. There is no denying. You cannot secure any good food stuff from the ration shop. That is not possible. So, either today or tomorrow, the whole world is going on with sinful activities. It is, therefore they are called Panchasuna. Panchasuna Jagga. Panchasuna, 5 kinds of violence. When you take water, there are many small animals around the jug and you kill them. When you, rub the spices on the mortar and pestle, you kill some germs or small ants and animals. When you set fire, you kill so many. When you walk on the street, you kill so many animals. So, you cannot kill even an ant. If you kill consciously or unconsciously, you are responsible for the sinful activity. In the God's kingdom, you cannot say, if I kill a small ant, what is the sin there? No, it is also sinful. As much as if you kill one man, which is called murder. Man may make their law according to their whims, but God's law is not like that. It is equal to everyone. If you kill a human being or if you kill a small ant, it is the same murdering charges against you. Therefore, in the śāstra, it is recommended Panchasuna Jagga. Because unconsciously we are killing so many animals, therefore the Panchasuna Jagga should be performed. So, anyway, Jagga must be performed. Jagga, saho Jagga praja srishtya, it is said. That you are born to perform Jagga, especially the human being. Not the lower animals, they cannot perform. So, if you do not perform Jagga, then whatever you are eating the resultant action of your sinful activities, and therefore if you eat in the ordinary way, if you steal and eat nicely, that means you are creating your path clear for being arrested by the police someday and be punished. Everyone knows that. Similarly, if you simply eat these sinful activities, then what will be the result? You will be punished. That is being done. People are not performing Jagga. Nobody is performing Jagga. That you can say that at the present moment to perform Jagga, to secure pure ghee and grains, it is difficult job. Yes, that's right. Because in the Kali Yuga, the big Jaggas which require lots of ghee and food grains to offer, that is not possible. Therefore, it is recommended in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Jaggai saṅkīrtana-yajñathen jajanti sumedhas. Sumedhas. You have to perform Jagga. Without performing Jagga, you will be entangled in sinful activities. So, in the Kali Yuga, this is the Jagga recommended in the Vedic literature. Kṛṣṇa varnang tisha Kṛṣṇaṃ sāṅgapāṅgāstha pārsadam jaggai saṅkīrtana-yajñathen jajanti sumedhas. Sumedhasa means those who have got good brain, not persons whose brain is filled up with cow dung. No. Really, brain substance. Such person, they perform this saṅkīrtana jagga. It is not very difficult. Just like we are preaching, here is Kṛṣṇa varnang tisha Kṛṣṇaṃ, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is chanting Hare Kṛṣṇa, Kṛṣṇa Kṛṣṇa, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. And tisha Kṛṣṇa, he is Kṛṣṇa. He is incarnation of Kṛṣṇa. Brajendra Nandana Jai, Sachisuka Haila Sei, Balaram Haila Nita. These Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, they are Kṛṣṇa Balaram. Incarnation of Kṛṣṇa and Balaram. So, in this Jagga means Vishnu or Kṛṣṇa or Balaram, so to satisfy them, so in this age, if you perform this congregational chanting, there is no expenditure. It is not the question of that you have to go, but somewhere out of your house, even in your house, you just keep one picture of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda, and the family members sit down around, just like we are sitting now, and chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. This kind of performing yoga, is there any expenditure or is there any loss? But you can perform yoga daily, twice, thrice. This is our preaching. Krishna consciousness movement means that every householder, every man, not only householder, factory holder, any holder, they can perform the saṅkīrtana yoga anywhere. If you can distribute some prasadam side by side, it is very good. Even if you do not distribute prasadam, simply chant this Hare Krishna mantra, then your life is successful. Otherwise, bhunjanti te tagham papa ji pachanti atvakaranaat. Otherwise, if you simply purchase from the black market and cook nicely and eat yourself, the result is that you are becoming more sinful, and suffer these things. This is the said by Kṛṣṇa, the Supreme Personality of God. You must perform this yoga. And it is not that yoga is to be performed by the richer section of the population. No, anyone can perform yoga. Sahi sabai pungsang paro dharma jato bhakti radhukha je ahuituki apratihata jinata samprasidati. This is the first class system of religious performance, and by which the more you perform the saṅkīrtana yoga, the more you become advanced in love of God. That is required. Sabai pungsang paro dharma, that is first class religious system. Jato bhakti radhukha, by which one can develop the dormant love for God. This is the thing. So by this performance of yoga, gradually, cetadarpanamarjanam, your heart will be cleansed. Bhava mahadavagni nirvapanam, and naturally the blazing fire of material existence will be extinguished. Bhava mahadavagni nirvapanam, sriya kairava chandrika vitaranam. Then gradually, just like this moon rises daily and becomes bigger, one day the full moon, Purnima. Similarly, if you perform this yoga in this age, as recommended in the śāstra, saṅkīrtana yoga, then gradually you will develop your dormant love for Kṛṣṇa. Adhokhaji, jato bhakti adhokhaji. That is required. Ahuituki apratihata. And this developmental love of God cannot be checked by any material condition. Nobody can say, because I am this, I am that, therefore I cannot perform. That is not fact. Fact that you can sit down, just like Goswamis, Sarva Goswamis, they used to live in this Vrindavan, underneath tree, one night under one tree. And they were chanting, saṅkīrtana-yajñathen paru prema. Kṛṣṇa-yajñathen paru premambhati. Dhīra dhīra priya karo bande rupa sanatana raghujiva. So, this saṅkīrtana Hare Krishna mantra, just like our these European American students, they never knew that there is such a system that 20